You won't believe what happened when a simple Amazon delivery turned into a full-blown neighborhood war. It started on a normal Monday afternoon. The sun was out, birds were chirping, and I had just gotten off work when I received the notification I'd been waiting for all week. Amazon package delivered. Front door. I had ordered a limited edition wireless headset that I'd been saving up for over 2 months. It wasn't just a package to me. It was something personal, something I was excited about. I rushed outside like a kid on Christmas morning, already imagining unboxing it, only to be met with nothing. The porch was empty. I checked behind the bush, under the mat, even opened the side gate just in case the driver had tried to hide it from porch pirates, but it was gone. Confused, I stood at the end of my driveway looking around, and that's when I saw her. Karen, standing confidently across the street in her driveway, HOA clipboard in one hand, and in the other a familiar-looking Amazon box. My box. I recognized the tape, the size, even the small, fragile sticker I had requested on it. Our eyes locked for a moment, and I swear she smiled. No, smirked, before turning and walking inside her house. My heart sank. At first, I didn't want to assume the worst, so I walked over, being polite. "Hey Karen, did a package get delivered to you by mistake?" I asked. She didn't even look at me properly. "If it did, it's not mine. Maybe track your packages better next time," she said smugly. That's when I knew. She had stolen it, bold as daylight. And she didn't even care. The queen of the HOA just took what wasn't hers like it was her right. And something inside me told me this wasn't the first time she'd done it. The next day, after a long night of frustration and overthinking, I decided I wasn't just going to let this slide. I walked across the street and rang Karen's doorbell. She opened the door slowly, almost dramatically, with that smug expression glued to her face. I kept my tone calm but firm. "Karen, I really think you took my Amazon package yesterday. I saw you holding it in your driveway." The second I said it, her entire posture shifted, her eyebrows arched, and that infamous Karen attitude exploded to life. "Excuse me?" she barked. "Are you seriously accusing me of theft? Do you even know how serious that is? That's defamation, and I can report you to the HOA." She waved her clipboard like it was a sword and rolled her eyes in the most disrespectful way possible. Instead of answering me, she started fake dialing someone on her phone. "I'm calling my cousin. He's the HOA president. You're going to regret harassing me," she said. Her tone was sharp, almost theatrical. I could feel my blood boil, but I kept it together. I said, "I'm not harassing you. I just want what I paid for." She snapped, "Then take it up with Amazon. Maybe someone else took it. You should be more careful with your deliveries in this neighborhood." That's when I knew she was gaslighting me, trying to flip the situation around like I was the problem. I walked away feeling powerless, but something inside me clicked. I rushed back to my house and opened the footage from my doorbell cam. And there it was, clear as day. Karen bending down, grabbing my package and walking across the street like it was her daily routine. My hands were shaking. I uploaded the video to our neighborhood app and added the caption, "Package theft caught on camera." But within an hour, it was removed. Karen had reported the post for harassment and had it taken down. It felt like she could get away with anything, and worst of all, no one seemed willing to stop her. Over the next few days, things started to get interesting. I didn't go around spreading gossip, but somehow word got out about my package and the video. That's when neighbors slowly started opening up. One by one, people began sharing their own quiet suspicions and past experiences with Karen. It turned out I wasn't alone, not even close. A man down the street said his new set of kitchenware mysteriously vanished after delivery. A young couple mentioned their cat toys never arrived, even though tracking said delivered. At first, they had thought porch pirates were to blame. But now it was clear. The real pirate lived in plain sight, with an HOA badge and a smug grin. Then came the bombshell. An older neighbor, Mrs. Thompson, finally spoke up. She said, "Karen once took my patio chairs right off my porch. I saw them sitting in her backyard weeks later." No one believed her back then, and she didn't want to make trouble. But now everything added up. Karen wasn't just being nosy. She was building her own private shopping mall with other people's deliveries, and no one had done anything because they were scared, not of Karen exactly, but of being targeted by her. She ran the HOA like a queen and treated every rule like a personal weapon. She could fine you for leaving your trash out, report you for lawn length, or suddenly decide your paint color wasn't approved. So we had stayed silent. Until now. A few of us decided it was time to do something, but not in a loud or aggressive way. No police calls, no dramatic confrontations, just a calm, quiet plan. We started documenting everything. Notes, timelines, camera footage. We didn't say a word to Karen. We smiled, waved, and let her keep digging her own hole. Because deep down, we believed something was coming. And when karma finally arrived, we wanted to be ready. One night the wind howled louder than usual, rattling windows and tossing trash bins across the street. It wasn't a full-blown storm, but it had just enough force to remind the neighborhood who was really in charge, Mother Nature. By morning, everything seemed normal until I stepped outside and saw it. Karen's garage had completely collapsed. I mean, it wasn't just damaged, it was crushed like a soda can. The wooden beams had snapped. The garage door was curled inward like paper, and her silver SUV sat halfway inside, dented and covered in debris. It looked like a disaster zone. Within minutes, the fire department and city inspectors showed up. Word spread fast, and soon half the neighborhood was standing at a distance, quietly watching the chaos unfold. What started as an accident quickly turned into something much more. Apparently, Karen had installed a bunch of garage upgrades, racks, shelves, ceiling storage hooks, but had done it all without permits or inspections. And since it wasn't built to code, the structure couldn't handle the pressure when those strong gusts hit. But the real twist came when city workers began pulling the debris out and discovered dozens of Amazon packages inside, unopened, with names that weren't hers. My name was on 2 of them. There were boxes addressed to the Thompsons, the Rodriguezes, and the couple from the corner house. It was like a trophy room of stolen goods. Karen, red-faced and stammering, tried to claim they were all returned items or things people gave her to hold. But the firefighters weren't buying it. One of them said, "Ma'am, that's not how delivery labels work." With stolen items in plain sight and neighbors showing matching delivery confirmations, the police were called. Karen's lies fell apart, just like her garage. No HOA badge, no clipboard, no cousin in charge could save her now. Karen was eventually charged with petty theft and cited for illegal construction. And while the charges weren't exactly the kind that land you in prison, they were enough to shake her little empire. The HOA, which she once ruled with her cousin and her clipboard army, held an emergency vote and swiftly removed her from the board. Her influence vanished overnight. And just like that, the neighborhood started to breathe again. The anxiety that once lingered like fog lifted almost instantly. People who used to nervously glance at their lawns or double-check trash bin placement suddenly started chatting again, waving at each other, even exchanging jokes. It felt like we had reclaimed our peace. Packages stopped disappearing. Neighbors started getting friendlier. A few even helped each other set up motion-activated lights and cameras. And me? Amazon not only replaced my stolen headset but upgraded the shipping for free. And when it arrived, there was a note taped to the box from one of my neighbors that simply read, "You earned this." That one small message meant more than the headset itself. As for Karen, well, her garage was never rebuilt. She claimed she was waiting on the city, but everyone knew she couldn't afford the permits or repairs now. So she started parking on the street like the rest of us, except no one dared park near her. Not because they were scared, but because they didn't want anything to do with her. Her presence was like a dark cloud that no one wanted to stand under. And what's still standing where her garage used to be? A crooked yellow sign stuck in the ground by the city inspector that says in bold red letters, "Unsafe structure, do not enter." Every time I walk past it, I can't help but grin just a little. Not because I'm cruel or petty, but because that sign says everything without saying a word. Sometimes karma doesn't knock politely or whisper warnings. It storms in loud, unapologetic, and leaves a message in all caps. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Unfair Stories, because here we tell the stories the world wants to hide.